Hello there. This time last week, the weather headlines in Europe was cold, wet, windy with snow. Now the headlines of warmth. And in fact, we're seeing some beautiful weather. The only exception really is across Portugal, where there's another frontal system moving in, and that could bring some rain eventually to the Algarve. But as you can see, fine and settled across much of Spain, Portugal, France. In fact, Central Europe is the place where we're seeing the highest temperatures. France, Germany, and to the northern portion of the Alps. We've also got the risk of a few isolated showers to mainland Greece, but not really amounting to much, and temperatures pleasant 20s here. But the heat further north, well, 29, 30 degrees, not out of the question during Friday. There's that rain I was talking about into Portugal, but elsewhere it's fine, it's settled and sunny, and it's certainly welcome news after a very prolonged cold winter. So this is the story into Saturday. Not much change really. You can see the signs of that rain pushing into Portugal, just blotting the copybook just a little bit, but elsewhere we keep the dry, sunny weather. We also keep the warmth continuing as well. And in fact, the city forecasts illustrate this for the next few days. The warmth might start to ease just a touch. As you can see, 24 in London down to 15, but it is going to stay predominantly dry and sunny and still quite good really for the end of April. A similar story elsewhere across Eastern Europe too. Enjoy. Hello there. Always something to talk about in North America, but over the next few days things will quieten down, and for some that is certainly welcome news. We've been keeping a close eye on this massive cloud, a late season storm bringing freezing rain, yet more snow, but it's starting to ease away from the eastern seaboard during Thursday, and then behind it we will start to see temperatures pick up, and that will be quite pleasant indeed. At the same time, high pressure through the middle, so lots of quiet weather, and then out to the far northwest we've still got a weather front pushing in from the Pacific Northwest, and that is still going to bring some unsettled weather. So British Columbia down to Vancouver, still some rain. If we take a look at the temperature profiles, you can see the blue tones below freezing, and then we start to see the warmer weather further south and west. So warmer russets for San Francisco down into Los Angeles, but there are indications that things will get warmer still into next week. So for the next few days, we're looking at mid to high teens, perhaps in one or two spots, but that is going to improve. Across the east, we've still got the blue tones, temperatures struggling close to the Great Lakes to climb above freezing, but indications just that little bit further south of something warmer, and that's going to be the story as we go through the next few days. It is going to improve. Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, down into Florida, really seeing some warmth. In fact, we could see 90 Fahrenheit. That's very nice indeed in Miami. That's 32 Celsius and warmer for New York as well. Hello there. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for South America. Nothing particularly unusual really in the weather story. Yes, it's wet, and it has been for quite some time across southern Chile and into Argentina, and some of that is falling as snow. And yes, we've got our showers across the Amazon basin, some of those quite heavy across Colombia, Venezuela and Ecuador. A few showers pushing down into Paraguay, but elsewhere it's a relatively quiet story. Now, some of these showers could merge together for longer spells of rain, but nothing unusual. And then as we push down into central and southern Brazil, it'll be fine. There'll be some spells of sunshine, and we'll see highs of 28 degrees. Looks quite quiet across parts of Uruguay and also into Argentina. Showers will be fairly isolated, and that's that wetter weather I was talking about. Obviously, with any elevation across the Andes, we're looking at some significant snow falling. So Rio de Janeiro will keep some blue sky and sunshine over the next few days. We'll see a little bit more rain pushing into northern Argentina as well. As for Mexico, Central America and the Caribbean, relatively quiet across Mexico. We have seen one or two sharper showers close to the Yucatan Peninsula and a few showers perhaps into the Caribbean, but these are fleeting. They'll move away. We'll see some sunshine returning, and those temperatures still sitting at around 30 or 31 degrees. So not much change in the outlook. As you can see, it's fine, settled and sunny. Certainly the place to be at the moment. Take care. Hello there. It looks as though we're going to see some unsettled weather making its way out of China and moving east over the next few days. If we take a look at the view from space, you can see the shower cloud across Malaysia and Indonesia, but it's this cloud up into the north that's this weather front that will bring rain across central China. That is gradually drifting its way eastward. So a brief lull in proceedings through Japan and Korean Peninsula on Friday, but there will be some wet weather heading towards them, and that rain will sit across Beijing, and some of it be quite quite heavy down into Hong Kong as well. A few isolated showers of Vietnam, also into Thailand, a little more widespread as we move further south, but temperatures still likely to sit into the low 30s. So looking ahead, the rain will ease from Beijing, an improving weather situation, but we'll start to see some wetter weather pushing into Seoul by the beginning of next week. As for Australia, there's a weather front that's going to gradually move towards Perth, so bringing some showery rain into Western Australia. Some sharper showers down through Brisbane, down to Sydney. Not as hot as it has been here, and still seeing some pretty unsettled weather to the South Island of New Zealand threatening, but not looking too bad on Friday across the North Island. It should be dry, relatively sunny, highs of 20 degrees. So the city forecast as we move into the weekend looks somewhat like this. A few showers and then some rain into Sydney. There's that weather front into Perth as well. Hello there. Well, for well over a week now, we've been talking about heat across parts of South Asia, with temperatures way above where they should be really for this time of year. The story hasn't changed that much, and we are seeing some pretty sharp but fairly isolated showers. Most widespread ones have been in Bangladesh, and there's little to see a change over the next few days to come. So Thursday into Friday's weather looks somewhat like this. A few scattered showers moving up through the Kerala coastline and threatening towards the south in Sri Lanka. Some sharper showers into Bangladesh, and one or two along the foothills of the Himalayas as well. Head further north, it's a little bit cooler, as you would expect in Kazakhstan. 12 degrees the high, same for Uzbekistan. As we push into the Afghanistan-Pakistan border, a little more cloud of showers, maybe some snow to higher ground, but then we see the heat. New Delhi 38 degrees, Nagpur 43 degrees, the expected high. Sharper showers further south. And then into the Maldives and perhaps to Sri Lanka, those showers not as heavy or as widespread as they have been in recent days. But the heaviest and perhaps thundery showers are likely to continue into Bangladesh. So this is a story, dry, settled and sunny for many of the cities over the next few days. More showery rain returns to Sri Lanka early on into next week, but New Delhi keeps that sunshine and the heat with highs of 38 degrees, quite possible. Hello there. Nothing particularly unusual with the weather forecast in Africa at the moment. There have been some sharp showers and they have brought some localised flooding to parts of Malawi and Tanzania. But as you can see from the satellite picture, these are the showers through the central belt, and they tend to develop and become more widespread and more heavy as we go through the middle of the afternoon. The threat of some showers down towards Cape Town, but not amounting to too much, and the potential for some rain eventually pushing into Casablanca with an area of low pressure that's going to move in to Portugal over the next day or so. So that's going to be the story. The city forecast then shows a good deal of fine weather, threat of a few showers into Cape Town from Monday onwards, but Johannesburg is likely to see those temperatures into the mid-20s, dry and sunny. Casablanca will see a few sharp showers all tied into that area of low pressure that's moving its way through Portugal, but Khartoum hot, dry with temperatures in excess of 40 degrees. Now we will see a little bit of shower cloud across the Levant, moving through Turkey and perhaps affecting the far north of Iraq as well. Elsewhere across the Middle East, it's dry, it's settled pretty much as it should be. And in fact, across the Gulf Coast, we're starting to see those temperatures climb. Maybe the indications of a localised wind and that shamal, and that could bring a bit of lifted dust as we head towards the weekend. But Dubai could see temperatures peaking at 38 degrees the beginning of next week.